Commissioner Schock.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. My pleasure to welcome back to Washington, D.C., Dr. Peter Johnsen, who is the Chief Technology Officer for Biofuels Manufacturers of Illinois, or BMI, which is also located in Peoria, Illinois. BMI is assisting with the operation and construction of a biodiesel plant to be located in Mapleton, Illinois. BMI is also active in the development and education of the pennycress crop as a renewable energy source. Dr. Johnsen has 30 years' experience at the university, government, and private sector levels in the research and development field, helping to bring scientific innovations into the marketplace. Dr. Johnsen is also the former director of the Agricultural Lab in Peoria, and in 2004, he was named the Federal Laboratory Director of the Year. Dr. Johnsen, appreciate you coming to D.C. and joining us here today, and I look forward to your testimony.
Mr. Chairman and Congressman Schock and members of the committee, thank you for the invitation to testify before you today on the importance of small businesses working with federal research facilities to promote innovation and entrepreneurship. I believe that I may have a unique perspective in that I have been both a director of a national laboratory and am also now involved in several small technology companies working with federal research facilities. I spent 20 years with USDA Agricultural Research Service and 12 of those as the director of the National Center for Agricultural Utilization Research in Peoria, Illinois. And as a scientist and administrator, I was an early user and adopter of the National Technology Transfer Act, or the CRADA, Cooperative Research and Development Authority, to work with many companies to commercialize new discoveries. I've seen firsthand how the benefit and even the necessity of federal laboratories working with the private sector in creating economic value from basic science discoveries. Since leaving the government, I've been involved with several companies that have approached technology commercialization in very different ways. In one, we took fundamental knowledge discovered by a USDA laboratory and refined the concept to develop a commercial product and methods to manufacture an advanced bio-based product. Absorbent Technologies Incorporated makes Zeba, a starch-based hydrogel which holds and releases water similar to a sponge below the soil. Each Zeba granule holds 500 times its weight in water and reduces the amount of water and nutrients required to produce greater yields and higher quality crops. This company made use of the CRADA process early on and quickly achieved results that gave it the ability to obtain venture capital funding to bring its products to the marketplace. Today, we are selling innovative products for the commercial agriculture and the lawn and garden applications in more than 10 countries worldwide. I also serve as the Chief Technology Officer of Biofuels Manufacturers of Illinois, as Congressman Schock mentioned. Our plan is to build and operate a production facility for biodiesel in central Illinois. But what distinguishes our effort is that we have been working with the USDA ARS to develop a new energy crop called pennycress. Pennycress is a member of the mustard family that has seeds with 36% oil, or they're twice that of soybeans, that can be used to make high-quality biodiesel fuel. The crop is planted in the fall after corn harvest, grows as a winter annual, and then is harvested in late spring before soybean planting. So farming pennycress uses traditional equipment and allows farmers to grow 2 crops in 1 year, earning additional income. And as a non-food crop that does not displace food crops from land or the marketplace, it avoids both the food versus fuel and the indirect land use controversies completely. The economic impact of this new crop is significant. A single biodiesel plant will purchase $100 million of pennycress seed each year, and Illinois alone has the capacity for 18 such operations, with the economic impact of pennycress as an energy crop across the Midwest Corn Belt being extraordinary. But it was USDA research scientists who discovered the potential of pennycress as a remarkable new energy crop. But it was the only way for the nation to benefit from this discovery was for the government to collaborate with the private sector. However, there are a number of issues which have made it very difficult for the small business like ours to work effectively with the government in completing this. We have made significant investments in sponsoring research at 2 federal laboratories in the university through CRADA agreements to develop this crop. And clearly it takes significant financial upfront capital to create such an energy crop, develop its logistics infrastructure, and optimize processing technology. And because this energy crop meets the strategic objectives of both USDA and DOE in creating a sustainable energy source, we have competed for competitive grants to develop the crop. One of the requirements for these grant applications that a 20% financial match be made by the applicant. And for small businesses like ours, this is a very difficult problem. It is ironic that BMI is funding USDA and university research rather than being able to obtain contracts from them to perform the important task of creating a new environmentally friendly and sustainable energy source. It would be helpful if the committee were to examine the policies that require small businesses to provide significant financial matches in grant application processes. This is a very difficult process for the small companies and limits their scope and duration of the project proposals. We would propose that these be eliminated entirely or be scaled to the resources of the small technology company. In my many years as a university professor, director of a government laboratory, or in a private company, I've seen the evolution of laws and policies that enhance the ability of the nation to benefit from public investment in science and technology. I hope that I've provided information today and in my written statement that this committee will consider in its work to maximize the opportunities of small businesses to work with federal research laboratories to promote entrepreneurship and innovation. Thank you for this opportunity, and I'd be happy to answer questions at the appropriate time.